Hey, hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie Alves, and tonight I am doing a fantastic bombshell makeup look for you. I know you couldn't tell by looking at me right now, but I am going to be quite the bombshell, and I'm going to show you how to be quite the bombshell as well. So stick with me, we're going to have a lot of fun, and I'm going to show you some fabulous new tricks. All right, this is gonna be a next level look, you guys. That doesn't mean like super hard or crazy or anything, but you're gonna love the way I build this up. So I hope that you stick around for this one. I'm gonna start right now with a moisturizer called Cool Balm. This is really super lightweight. I use really intense, like super bougie moisturizers at night, all the serums, all the things, and during the day too, if it's just a normal day. But when I'm doing a really great makeup, I like to use this moisturizer called Cool Balm. It is really lightweight, it's beautiful, it helps the makeup just sit beautifully on the skin. So if you love a lightweight daytime moisturizer, give this one a try. Or if you like to do a good like full coverage makeup and you want it to stay put and not separate on you, something really nice and lightweight like that will definitely be your friend. Okay, I've got a couple of primers that I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna use a couple. I have a couple of primers, I'm gonna show them to you. I'm going to use one of them. But I wanted to show you because this e.l.f. Power Grip, which I love the e.l.f. Power Grip, the one that's kind of a turquoise color, but this one, the pink one, has niacinamide in it. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. I'm sure you have. It's been around for a minute and a half, but it's great for skin that's got a lot of redness in it. And for obvious reasons, I like to use niacinamide. But I'm gonna try this new one by Maybelline, and it's called Grippy Serum. I know, kind of weird, but it's a serum primer and it's grippy. And the reason why I sometimes like a primer with a grip is because I'm gonna be using a cream foundation and layering a few things. And I don't want to feel like I'm losing all that makeup. And I want to feel like it's going to stay put because this is going to be a beautiful, like I said, next level bombshell look. And I'm going to get Mr. Alves to take me out. So the makeup has got to last. Don't forget your eyelids though. This really helps with, wow, this is grippy. Wow, this stuff don't play. But anyway, I'm gonna need this makeup to last was my whole point of all the things I have said thus far. All right, wow, it's incredible. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hop into my cream foundation. This is my new favorite by my friends over at Lime Life. And you guys, if you're in the market for a new cream foundation, or if you want to have a flawless finish like I'm about to have, get your paws on it, because it's not leaving me with a greasy, like, oh, it's a dewy finish, but really what I'm trying to say is it's bacon grease. It's not gonna leave me with that kind of finish. It's actually just leaving me with a beautiful, like natural glow back in my skin. You know, as we age and our skin dries and dulls a little bit, we tend to lose that kind of youthful glow. And like I said, I don't mean shiny bacon grease, so don't get me wrong. But you know, I have noticed that matte foundations really are not the best choice for my friends over 50. And sometimes we have to go with matte. You know, if they're gonna go to a wedding and the mass is in the morning and the wedding is at night and then they're gonna party all night long, sometimes we're gonna have to do some long wear mattifying action for my friends. But that is not my purpose today. That is not my jam, and I am too in love with this new foundation. And you guys, I will be honest with you, I was not a fan of a cream foundation. When they first started telling everybody you have to wear cream if you have mature skin, it made me mad. So of course I wasn't gonna wear it. But I have noticed some of the newer formulas I've been trying look absolutely gorgeous on my skin. So, you know, I think you should give it a whack. It would be worth it. And I'm actually gonna use a powder and a concealer that are gonna go with this beautifully, and it will support that synergy that I was talking about, you know, using things that have the same formula or the same brand because they're made to go together. So it supports that. All right, I've got a beautiful layer of foundation on. My skin feels incredible and looks really super healthy. So I do love this cream, and I have been using it so much lately on my friends here, my clients that come into the beauty bar, and great results. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the translucent powder that goes with it. I told you this is great. You know, I think they are just formulated beautifully to work together. But you know, I've got that beautiful glow. I don't want to pack it down and, you know, bake it and cake it and fake it and all the other words that would rhyme with that. I just want it to look really nice and finished, but I also want to buff that foundation out just a little bit. So I like this translucent powder because I can do that little bit of buffing, but the life will come back to the foundation. It doesn't totally matte it down. And you know, if there were areas you needed to matte down, you could just layer it up a little bit, but definitely not my purpose with this look, because I really love this beautiful, healthy look to my skin. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of powder contour, and I'm just gonna use my Beauty Bar palette. This is one of the ones I carry here. I have a Makeup Academy here, and I keep this for my students. But it's a beautiful palette. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade for contour, and you can see it's really neutral. So I do like a nice neutral for contouring. Let me peel that off the mirror so I can see myself. Crazy thing. All right, so just with a nice fluffy brush and this really beautiful neutral contour. And I do like a really beautiful warm contour, but today I'm just gonna do some neutral. I'm not doing a super bronzy, glowy thing today. Even though I love that. My last video, I featured that. It turned out gorgeous. But right now I'm just gonna do a nice neutral, because we're gonna go with this like beautiful Marilyn Monroe throwback bombshell look. And I'm gonna show you a couple tricks with lipstick too when we get there, so you're gonna love that. So just some really nice contour right through here. Got a giant pimple on my face the other day. I don't even know what happened to me, but my face just reared its ugliness at me and was like, we're gonna make you pay. It was gonna show me who's boss or something, I don't know. But when you have something like that happen, you got a little blemish or a dark spot or something, you wanna be careful with it so that you don't accentuate it with your contour. So that's another reason a good powder contour with a fluffy brush is really helpful. All right, just a little bit of that contour right under my cheeks here, bringing it up in a swoop. Now I'll do my forehead a little bit. I mean, I got a lot of bit of forehead, but whatever. I like to just kind of bring that down, bronze it up. I don't want to leave it so stark and white. I heard someone say one time, you can get rid of a large forehead with a little bit of contour. And I was like, that don't even make sense. I don't even know what that is supposed to mean, but no. I cannot get rid of this large forehead with a little bit of contour. But you absolutely can bet that I'm gonna try to minimize it, because dang, I definitely got my grandpa's forehead. So what I'm doing though is kind of leaving the middle brighter than the rest. So it kind of just brings this down and highlights the middle area. Now, gonna get after the turkey gobbler. You guys see me do this one all the time. And you can do this with cream. You can do your contour with cream if you like, but I just find it easier to do the powder most of the time. You know, and sometimes it just depends on what kind of look I'm going for. If I need to be a little more sculpted, I like powder on top of cream. So, you know, there's a lot of different methods you can use depending on what you want to get. But I'm gonna have such a great focus on a liner and a lash and my lips that I think this will be fine. I definitely don't like to pull out every single tip and trick for every single look. Like, space them out a little bit. Don't throw out all your tricks at one time. Or something that sounds really cool like that. Something about don't throw all your rabbits out of your hat at once or something. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use a blush now. But I have this really pretty peachy orange and then this beautiful shimmery pink, and I like to combine them as usual. I like warm blushes a lot. I'm not a huge fan of a cool blush on myself. I'll do a neutral or a warm typically. And don't get me wrong, cool blush is fun, and I'll do that once in a while, but I have found that the warmth really is much better on me. So now I'm just placing a little bit of pink on the top of it, like a sunset. I always say it like an Arizona sunset. And if you have ever seen one, you know that they are gorgeous. I'm gonna put a little bit of this warmth right on the bridge of my nose, right above the arches of my brows. There we go. Now, I do have quite a bit of blush on right now, but I don't want you to panic. Don't and freak out. Trust my process, okay? I have women all the time comment on my videos and they're like, why are you painting yourself orange? And I'm like, I don't know what to say. Trust the process. I don't know. Just sometimes their comments crack me up. Orange or whatever I was talking about over here. And then like spin me or explode me or turn me into an orange or something. And now I'm gonna go into eyeshadow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do a beautiful eyeshadow look for you right now. And I'm starting with a light cream shade. It's a powder eyeshadow, but the shade is cream. And you can see it does a great job of brightening my eyelid. Just sweeping a little bit on here. And I'm gonna be using this cream and a brown from the Blue Eyes palette from Lime Life. And you guys, I'm gonna have a bunch of links in the description for you. So a lot of these products you'll be able to find. Like the primer I used, the Maybelline one, I won't have a link for that. I just picked that up over at Target. So that's where you can grab that. But a lot of the other things I'll be using, look in the description and you can find links so you can just pick them up. All right, so now I'm gonna use a brown, but let me show you a little bit about this brown. So I'm gonna use a very neutral brown. This one reminds me of like a hazelnut. Great thing about this one is I can also use it on my brows for obvious reasons. So I'm gonna take this large brush. This is by Sigma Beauty. Don't have a link for their brushes, but you guys, if you head over to sigmabeauty.com, they are having a great sale right now on some of their brushes. And even if you catch this video late and you're like, dang it, they probably aren't still on sale. Sigma has incredible sales all the time, and I love that company. So I'm just getting some depth over here in the outer corner, but please notice, you guys, I have not done concealer yet. Because if I get any fallout or make any mistakes, I want to be able to clean it up with my concealer. Okay, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that's how we roll here. But if you're new, what's up, friend? And wait on your concealer. Trust the process, right? That's what we all say. And if you are new here, I think you'll get to notice that we are a bunch of friends here. We are typically Gen X and older, and we love to just hang out and have a good time. Oh God, you guys, when I was getting ready, of course, you know, I'm always listening to wacky music when I'm getting ready here and setting up the lights and getting my products and stuff to get ready to do the video. Well, so I don't know what was going on with my speaker today, but I had her play some dance music, and for some odd reason, Justin Timberlake popped on. And I know, I'm not a fan of his either. I think he's losing his beans lately. I don't know what's wrong with him. I think if I was that famous, I might lose my beans as well. I don't know. I'm just adding a little bit of warmth into this eyeshadow real quick. So a little bit of the rust colored brown. Again, this is in the Blue Eyes palette. But anyway, I was listening to some Justin Timberlake, and all of a sudden, I could not stop dancing. The weirdest song came on, but I love it. That song, Senorita, I feel for you. You deal with things. All right, I'll stop singing it, but it's really good. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of his anymore because he's such a fruitcake lately, but it's a really fun song. All right, I'm gonna take a small eyeshadow brush and get some of that darker brown right underneath. Instead of eyeliner on the bottom, I'm gonna use some eyeshadow to keep it really soft, smoky, sultry, all those other cool words. All right, see this eyeshadow underneath? Just buff it about halfway over. But now I'm going to get a little more dramatic on my outer corner here. It won't look like any massive ordeal right now, but I'm bringing it out. See how it's kind of underlining my eye and bringing it out. Normally I stop where my lashes end, but now I'm coming back on top and I'm gonna create that fat triangle, but just with eyeshadow for now. So just really deepening my lash line. So if you are just horrible at eyeliner, don't sweat it, my friend. Just try this, just to deepen or accentuate your lash line and call it good. Don't feel like you have to do eyeliner. If you're not any good at it, or if it just really drives you crazy, just call it a day. Just get some dark eyeshadow on the like lash line right there to give that like depth to accent it, and call it good. Remember, there's no rules in makeup. People who try to give you rules about makeup don't understand that makeup should, okay, wait, I have a rule. Makeup should be fun. Wait, I have 2 rules. Makeup should be fun, and also there's no rules. That's the second rule. But you know, it's art, and we should be allowed to have fun with it. And at our age, shut up, don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna have fun with my eyeshadow. All right, see right on the lash line here. Just a tiny bit. I mean, you could even do black if you wanted. I would just go easy so you don't have a bunch of fallout. Okay, so elongating. Now, trust me on this one, you'll see when we get to the end, when I sweep it up with that concealer and I get a false lash and some liner on, you'll be like, ah, now I see. Ah, so Daniel-san. You'll see, trust me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of shimmer, but however, I want to do this Charlotte Tilbury shimmer that I love. This is the rose gold one. And it doesn't have to be, it's not like you can't get this look without Charlotte Tilbury, because I know she's kind of spendy. It's fine. But if you use just a really beautiful shimmer that you love right here in the middle, it's super pretty. And you can see this isn't really bright, so it's not like that really bright gold that I normally do, because this is just right in the middle. Okay, I didn't go all the way to the inner corner like I normally do, because I wanted to save that for, ooh, not this one, hold on. Okay, I found it. I was looking for this white shimmer highlighter. So I'm just gonna bring it on that inner corner and bring it together with the rose gold just to brighten it in the inner corner. You know, just make sure they blend really well. I'm not trying to do any crazy, you know, super shimmer glitter look. I just want to brighten that inner corner a little bit. And you know, if you're not a fan of shimmer, you can still do this with matte. Just get it really nice and bright in those inner corners, even if it's just with a matte shade. All right, that is looking pretty dang good. It's gonna go perfect with the lashes I'm gonna show you. All right, I've got a black eyeliner here. That's right, black eyeliner. You guys know how I feel about that. I have a lot of people tell me, you can't wear black eyeliner if you're old. Or, you know, black eyeliner makes you look old. What? Okay, good times. I'm gonna wear some black eyeliner right now. And this one's just a pencil. I love, love, love this one because it's got the nude on the other side, and I'm gonna put it in my waterline, and you're gonna love the way it makes my eyes pop. So check this out. It's just a nice, like creamy consistency, but it's a gel formula, so it's massively stay put, and I stinking love stay put when it comes to eyeliner. And I'm just dragging it right across my lashes here because I'm keeping it just nice and soft on the lashes. I'm not trying to make a really harsh line with this. Just getting some depth and definition, just a little. All right. Now see, I lay it down and drag it across my lashes here so it stays skinny. And then go back the other way here on the corner. That can help you with that fat triangle technique. But notice it's not super pointed and pretty right now, and I don't care because I have a plan. I have a plan. All right, getting the other side. And then I'll show you step 2. All right, I've got this teeny tiny brush, you guys. I love this brush, and It's by MOTD. Those are some great brushes, by the way. You'll see me use quite a bit of their brushes. And you know what? I can't see what this one is called, but I want you to know, so I'm gonna look real quick. It's called No Fudge, Just Smudge. I swear I'm gonna get myself a monocle. But anyway, no judge, just smudge. So it's a great brush to have, you guys, because it is so tiny and rounded that you can easily just smoke out your eyeliner right here. So you don't have to feel like it needs to be perfect, and this can soften it and really make it nice and smoky. So I'm just using the same dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm just going right on the top of it, not over the whole entire line, but just right on top. Just like to give it a smoky transition right into the crease. Okay, check that out. It's so pretty and really soft. All right, I'm gonna hit this other side. I didn't do such a great job on the other side, but it's okay. We can always clean up with concealer. Okay, that is looking really pretty. I'm gonna do my brows now, and I'm gonna take that kind of hazelnut shade of brown again, and I'm just gonna use that for my brows, which I love to do, especially because, you know, I've already got that permanent makeup on. I've already got, you know, the ombre brow technique. But you know what? The girl who did my brows, her name is Kelly. She has a beautiful studio here in Arizona where I live. She's actually gonna come on next week and talk with us about brows, brow mapping, and brow shapes, and what you can expect from permanent makeup if you decide to have it done. Because I told her a lot of my friends on my YouTube channel want to get their brows done, but they're kind of afraid of it. It's a big step. Or maybe they've had it done and they hated the way it turned out. It's old school and they need to have it fixed. So we're gonna talk about all those things next week. So keep your eyes peeled for that video. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these brows and I'll be right back. All right, I've got those brows spruced up and I'm gonna use some mascara now. Even though I'm gonna put on some falsies, I still really like to put mascara underneath. Otherwise, you're gonna see the blonde tips of my brows, or the gray tips, or whatever they are these days. But I've used this one several times recently. This is the Tunnel Vision Mascara. This is a tubing mascara. It's literally my new favorite. I loved a couple recently, but I found this one that I'm getting even like fatter lashes out of. So check this out. Going all the way to the root first, taking my time. And you know, a couple times recently, I've done some great makeup looks and I didn't even use falsies because this mascara did such a good job. Going all the way to the root. Pull slowly to the tip. Have a little bit of patience with your mascara, because I know we want to get in there quick and be like, and poke ourselves in the eye, sticking our tongue out, all the things. But if you just take a quick minute to get to the root and then pull to the tip, it's really helpful, especially with a good tubing mascara, because it really fattens up the lashes and adds to the length. And you guys, I really hope you give this mascara a try. I'll make sure the link is in the description. Just scroll down and look for mascara. But I know that you will love it. And I always say wait till the third round on your mascara. When you get a brand new mascara, it's like it's too thin or something. So like by the third use, it's like it's got enough air in there or something, and the formula comes to life. So don't judge a mascara by its first go. Oh man, this looks amazing. Love. Yeah, holy moly, look at those lashes. And you guys, something I forgot to tell you about tubing mascaras is they are typically very smudge proof, and this one for sure is. I have to use eye makeup remover to get it off at night. I can't just use like face wash. It's kind of a thing. It's a force to be reckoned with. It's that serious, I'm just saying. All right, so these look so good. I could definitely forego the false eyelashes tonight, but I still want to wear them because they do add a lot of depth. And I always say like a false lash is great for a hooded lid because it like holds up your eyelid like a claw. So I'm still gonna go ahead and do the falsie, even though I definitely could get away without doing it. All right, let's go ahead and move into some concealer. Now I wanna go ahead and use this liquid one more time. I've used several times, but it's like, sometimes I find something that's amazing and I can't get enough of it. So let me find the right shade. All right, you guys, I have my concealer. This is number 1. It's a beautiful like pinky shade. You'll see how it brightens under my eyes. And I've got my favorite new eye serum here. This is fantastic. I want to tell you about this eye serum really quick because I know it's gonna knock your socks off. You guys, it has aspen bark and carob in it. It's for anti-aging, but I have noticed it's really good at depuffing and it works really well with a liquid concealer. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this serum right on the back of my hand. You guys see me do this a lot. So do this with your favorite serum. It doesn't have to be the one I'm showing you. I wouldn't do it with hyaluronic acid though. I would do it with the caffeine eye serum that you see me use a lot or something like that. Just because you want it to have like a glistening effect, and this actually keeps it with this like radiant look to it. So let me grab my fluffy brush. Okay, I wanted to show you this brush specifically. This is by Real Techniques. You can see the size of it. It's actually a tapered eyeshadow brush, but I love a good fluffy brush for concealer. And I like that this one is small. So I'm mixing the serum and the concealer together, and now I can just get right in there. Tapping it on the inner corners and the outer corners, and now just beginning to blend. Just go light at first. Don't feel like you have to go in and start going really hard. I'm going so light right now. And I'm gonna go back and forth until I feel satisfied with the consistency, because I don't want too much product. But see how beautiful it swoops up my eyeshadow, gives a lifted effect, sharpens up the eyeshadow. And mixing that beautiful serum in there is going to keep it looking moist. And this is one of the most incredible liquid concealers I have ever used. It looks so beautiful for such a long period of time. I'm really, really happy with it. And my clients here are too. Now, sometimes I'll use a cream concealer just depending on the need of the client. And I honestly use both on myself. But I love this pinky shade and how well it brightens. Just really slicing that eyeshadow nice and sharp. So beautiful. And really radiant and pretty too. Check that out. Now I'm just bringing it down into my blush area really light, because you know I like to go back and back blend that blush into the concealer. It's actually a long wear technique that helps your blush last longer. So let's grab that blush brush and just back blend a little bit. You could add more blush at this point if you want. I didn't put any more blush on the brush because I knew there would still be some in it. God, this looks so good. So pretty. All right. Man, this looks great. Okay, let's move along. I'm gonna go ahead and do some lips. I'll wait and do lashes last because I wanna do my setting spray before my lashes. Be right back. All right, I am building my lip right now. So I'm gonna start with a lip stain. This is the shade called Always Tender, and it's a little on the brown side. But when I'm gonna do a really pretty nude lip, I like to base it with something that's gonna help it last. And And same difference, like if I'm doing a red lip for a client here, like a bride or mother of the bride, and they want a red lip and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not gonna last. I will start with either a lip stain like this or even a red lip stain, because whatever shade you put over the top, it just helps that lip last longer. So super important for lip lickers. Like my client earlier today, I was like, girl, you're a lip licker. We had to put all kinds of stuff on her to make it last. All right, let's do a nude liner. And this is a really, really beautiful one called Dark Nude. I just started using recently. So I'm gonna overline my lip. I didn't overline with the lip stain though. Now, you may think Bombshell has to be red lipstick, but it doesn't. Because the thing is, I want to be the kind of bombshell that my husband is going to kiss. And when I have a bunch of red lipstick on, which don't get me wrong, if I'm wearing a red dress or it's a formal event, I'm going to do some red lips probably. But if I'm going to go out with him, I'm hoping that I can get a couple smooches. So I will lay off of the red for tonight. And I do several rounds because it just helps it last so much longer. All right. Now I'm gonna go with that nude lipstick. Right in the middle. And blending it in with my finger. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer again. You can just use the same concealer you already used for your eyes. But I want to just fluff a little bit right to the middle. Now what happens is when it's lighter and brighter in the middle, it gives the appearance of a fuller lip. And then I like to put some gloss right smack in the middle. This also adds to that fuller lip appearance if it's catching more light right in the middle. All right, I'm gonna go in with some highlighter. Now this is something you don't see me do very often anymore. I think that, you know, highlighter came with a vengeance and everybody was wearing more highlighter than should have been legal for a while. But I think it's okay to add a little bit back in occasionally. Right on the highest part of the cheek, tip of the nose. It catches some beautiful light. Now, if you have, you know, deep lines and crow's feet right here, I would omit the highlighter right there, just because it's gonna accentuate it a little bit. So stay with more of a matte look on the cheeks. And now let's hop into those lashes. I almost forgot I was gonna do setting spray before lashes. Why am I like this? Now, I may have overdone it slightly, but I felt like I was missing a spot. I'd say typically you only need about 3 to 4 sprays. Unless you're like me and you keep missing spots, then do what you gotta do. But always make sure you use a bougie fan. Okay, so now we're gonna do some lashes. Let's go ahead and Use these number 421, the Ardell Naked Lashes. You can see I've already used 3 pair. I love these. My clients adore them. These have been a serious game changer for my friends here at the Beauty Bar because the band feels like nothing and the lashes are super lightweight. So let's get these suckers glued on. All right, I've got my lash here. I cut off 4 sections. Let me show you this tiny little dude real quick. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. I cut off 4 sections. I have the new Duo lash glue that is formaldehyde and latex free. I really love that one. It's got the lavender font on it. Let it get tacky, and I'm coming in really close. And you can just smush it right above the lashes there. Because this lash band is so delicate, it's so easy to just get right on there without having a big old fight. Yeah, so easy. So again, those are by Ardell. They are the Naked Lashes, and that was number 421. You can get 420 that's a little bit smaller than this. All right, I've got both sides on. The battle was won, and now I'm gonna go in with my dark brown eyeshadow I've been using and just accentuate right under here to make it a little bit deeper and bigger. And it really brings out my eye pretty far this way. Now, if you have any trouble like I do sometimes where my eye starts to water in the corner, that's another great reason to use the powder, is because then I can just dab it in there and it won't run like an eyeliner will. It's like, you know, you're walking along doing great and all of a sudden your stupid eye starts to water. It's like, come on, people, give me a break here. All right, that looks pretty good. And you can see that's a really big difference in my eyes too. The depth, it's just so much more dramatic and really does add to that whole bombshell effect with those really sultry, pretty eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my hair rolled, and then we are gonna go all in with this bombshell look. Phew, I got my hair all rolled. And you guys, I did a really large barrel on top right through the crown area, and then smaller curls around the back and the bottom here, because I always lose the curl there first. So if I can get a little bit tighter, then I don't have to fight with it as much, and it's just, it obeys much better that way. So I'm gonna go back in with my translucent powder and just touch up a little bit. Just make sure everything has stayed together really well. And you know, it's all had a good amount of time to just kind of settle in after the setting spray while I was rolling my hair, grabbing my outfit. I'm gonna go back in with the blush and grab some of the pink and just bring this right back to life a little bit more. Once you start getting everything done, sometimes is when I notice like, oh, that was not as much blush as I thought. So I tend to go in, even with my clients here at the Beauty Bar, and add in a little bit of blush a couple different times throughout, because it's just one of those things that feels like it looks outrageous at first, and then you start noticing, oh, that actually looks fabulous. And these lashes are gonna hold up great. Wow, just got some great depth out of this stuff, you guys. I'm super impressed. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start styling this hair and getting over to my outfit. All right, what do you think of this look? Would it be class reunion worthy? I mean, you know, my class reunion is gonna be in Las Vegas, so I think I can get away with this Elvis jacket. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and going into this bombshell over 50 look with me. I hope you love it. I hope you give it a try. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to check out the members only area where you can subscribe for as little as $2.99 a month. All right, you guys, please remember that I love you and I appreciate you so much. Bye, everyone.